Hi everybody and welcome back to more tips from DJ Bacon Bits. Today we will be doing the Spellcaster deck. So let's get started. First off, we got Defender, the Magical Knight. So what you do here is, he's pretty much like Breaker. You give him a counter when, only difference is when a Spellcaster is to be destroyed, you can move a counter from him or whatever, and then save your monster from being destroyed. Pretty good card, actually. It's worth using. Okay, let's go on the next part. A must-have card for any Spellcaster deck is Injection Fairy Lily. Even though it's got low attack, you can actually pump up its attack by paying 2,000 and turn it into a level 3 Juggernaut. Unless, of course, you get hit with Mirror Force or Cylinder or something. Just be careful of that. Next up, we got Gaga Girl. Now, running Gaga Girl is really great in a Spellcaster deck, especially if you want to get out of certain Xyz, which I'll show you a little bit later. So yeah, when you get Gaga Magician on the field, you can make Gaga Girls a level the same level as Gaga Magicians, and it's pretty much permanent. Also, note that that you can have more than one Gaga Girl on the field at a time. You can. It really comes in handy. You can. It really does. I'm not kidding. Next up, Breaker, the Magical Warrior. He's pretty much the opposite of Defender. He gets a counter, and then you can remove the counter to destroy one spell or trap card on the field. So you can pretty much utilize this effect very efficiently. Now I remember seeing someone use friggin' what's his name, Marauding Captain to bring out Breaker. You can't. Even though it says Warrior in his card name, he's really a Spellcaster. So, just give you all a heads up about that. But yeah, he's good for clearing the field. Another card you can put in this deck, Ice Queen. She's optional. You don't have to put her in. But I do because she's a really good card. I don't mind it. Decent card. Just run it. It's really good for high attacking beat stick. Really comes in handy. Skip. Cybernetic Magician. Alright, so with Cybernetic, if you have well, if there's an opponent's monster on the field that has like more attack than any of your monsters, use Cybernetic and you can pretty much just reduce its attack to 2,000, and then you can just run its ass over. No questions asked. Can be used on any monster except for those that are targeted. So cards like Titano or Obelisk can't be touched by this effect. And even still, there are cards that can counter this. So, you know, just keep an eye out for those. Maybe get rid of those with breakers and stuff before you get a chance to hit them. Next up, we'll go with Kaiku. Now, Kaiku isn't a highly used card. He's pretty good if you can inflict damage. Just keep banishing monsters from your opponent's graveyard from play, and then so therefore they can't get them back unless they if they're using a different dimension deck, like a DD Scout Plane or DD Survivor. You're not getting anywhere with those guys because they'll just keep coming back. Also, be aware of cards that bring cards from being banished. So, pretty much his weakness is Imperial Iron Wall, which makes it so you can't banish cards from anywhere. Just give you a heads up. Next up, we got Library. It's a really defensive spellcaster. Pretty much just for draw power, so you know, keep that in mind. He's really good for draw power, but it's worth running. Next up, Blizzard Princess. Now this card is kind of cheap, but it's almost like how do I explain it? Well, these speak louder than words. But yeah, when it's normal summoned, your opponent can activate spells or traps, but it's only during the turn that it's normal summoned. So just make sure you actually have something to get rid of that out of the hand before it hits the field. No questions asked. What's next? Here we go. Gaga Magician. Now, Gaga Magician can switch his level anywhere from 1 to 8. I believe it's 8. Yep, from 1 to 8. Excuse me. Now, you can only have one Gaga Magician on the field at a time, plus he cannot be used for a synchro material. Yeah, you can't use him for a synchro summon. But, if you use his effect and then summon like a Gaga Girl or something with another level similar to his, you can Xyz summon for a high-ranking Xyz monster. So up to rank 8. So keep that in mind. There are cards that can counter this. His biggest weakness is stuff like Bombless, which will banish him, etc., etc. If you can pull it off, then congrats to you. Next up, we got... there's a reason why I put Skull Dice and Grist Dice in here. It's because of the fact that it allows me to increase my offense. Anyways, here is Magician's Valkyria. Now, it's a really good card. If you can manage to get 2 or 3 of these on the field, your life points are pretty much safe, and you cannot be hit directly. It's in the rulings, and if you don't believe me, check it out on the internet. And even if you can be hit in your life points directly, just comment on this video and let me know, because I could be wrong. But then again, that's how I play it. If you can't attack the monster, you can't attack directly. Otherwise, you know, people would lose too easily. But yeah, it's a good wall for spellcasters. Protects them from being attacked. So, unless, of course, you lose all your monsters. That's a different story. Skill Dark Magician. He's in there just for Dark Magician. Blah, blah, blah. Move 3 counters. Get a Dark Magician to the field from your hand, deck, or graveyard. But only if but you have to send him in the process. Cost down, really great card. I use this to bring out high level monsters off the bat just by discarding a card. Just reduce the level by 2. Really good for bringing out stuff like Ice Queen and stuff, or Dark Magician itself. You know what I mean? Next up, we got there's another Gaga Magician, Breaker. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you a combo you can do with this card. There you go. I'm going to show you a combination you can do with this card. It's really easy to pull off if you can. I put Spell Pain and Barrel Behind the Door in there just to reverse damage of certain cards I got in here. Ignore the Witch, everybody. Ignore the Witch. Where is it? Now, here's a card combo, if you can pull it off. Is Sorcerer Dark Magic and Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Now, if you have Secret Village on the field, neither player can activate spells unless there's a Spellcaster on the field. Well, on their side of the field. So, if the user of this card has it, they can use spell cards. Add Sorcerer Dark Magic to that mix. Therefore, he can negate traps, so your opponent now can't activate spells or traps unless they have a Spellcaster, and then they can activate spells and get rid of Sorcerer. But yeah, that's a really good combo. I'd suggest utilizing it. It'll come really handy. It'll make you like unstoppable. Only if you can successfully pull it off. So just be aware of that. Next up, for a Spellcaster that's worth running, number 11, Big Eye. I've used this to take Jinzo and just wail on my opponent. Unfortunately, if he uses his effect, he can't attack this turn. But he does have a high attack, and he's really good at utilizing, his effect. Kind of looks like Saturn, doesn't it? And Saturn with an ice cream cone. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for this part. Tune in next time when I talk about a different deck. And look at the sexy Dark Magician girl.